Yo, the Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers, are joining the 1/6 family. Hot Toys has just teased us with an amazing set of 5 new figures coming out soon. So let's take a closer look and see what they've teased us, along with some other figure comparisons out there. Hey, what's up, guys? So welcome back to the channel. This is Ben. So today we'll be diving into the new teaser announced by Hot Toys. This teaser features 5 new figures taken from the new Thunderbolts MCU film. Now, this initial teaser featured 5 of the 7 team members from the film, including Taskmaster, Winter Soldier, Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, and Ghost. Now, they haven't announced either John Walker or Bob, aka Sentry, yet. So I'm really hoping that they have a second teaser soon, because I really want to add some of these characters to my collection, especially since we don't have any Hot Toys iterations of either one of them yet. But it's absolutely incredible that Hot Toys is actually planning on releasing 5 6-scale figures based off this movie so far, right? Because as you can see here, this is not only an incredible cast, but will make for an incredible display, right? There's also the question, however, of why Taskmaster is here versus John Walker. But like I said previously, I'm hoping for a second announcement soon. So if the entire team eventually gets announced and released, this will make a total of 7 new Hot Toys figures coming out soon from the Thunderbolts movie. So big kudos to them for doing this. Let's take a closer look into their potential designs. Now, for the purpose of the video, let's dive more into the existing Hot Toys and other 6-scale figures that are currently available for purchase now. Since Hot Toys hasn't fully revealed their new Thunderbolts lineup yet, it's worth noting what's out there now in case you want to expand your collection or prefer an earlier version of the character's figure, right? So with the core Thunderbolts team, there are actually 6 total members. Now, Bob, aka Sentry, is somewhat a part of the team, but isn't really part of the core group, and at least not just yet. But starting on the top row here, you have Red Guardian rocking his first costume from the Black Widow movie. Second is Yelena in her white suit, snowsuit rather, also from the Black Widow movie. Bucky in his blue leather jacket outfit from the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus series. On the bottom row, you have Ghost in her white costume from the Ant-Man and Wasp film. U.S. Agent, aka John Walker, in his black costume from the Falcon Winter Soldier series. And last but not least, Taskmaster, also from the Black Widow movie. Right now, with the exception of Ghost here on the bottom left, each of these characters have a 6-scale figure available for purchase. Bucky has the most available, right, from Hot Toys, which I believe is actually 5, where some of the figures like John Walker and Red Guardian are manufactured by other companies other than Hot Toys. But let's dive more into the currently available figures for each of these folks and see if it's worth adding to your collection. So first one up here is Yelena Belova, aka the new MCU Black Widow. Now, Yelena's new costume and look here feel really great in terms of the overall design. Her costume is darker green this time around, similar to the vest that was used for the Black Widow movie, which actually ended up with Natasha. Right, so the costume designers seem to have used that same green color as inspiration for her here. Now, her suit is very similar to Hot Toys figure design from the Black Widow movie, in that it's a heavy cloth-based material with some additional tactical pads around her shoulders, knees, and elbow. Also, her weaponry is more or less the same. She features pistols and batons that are more straight and solid, along with those widow stingers. So imagine that the accessories that will come with the new version will be somewhat lighter than 1.0. And that's really because of Marvel, right, and not potential Hot Toys. Like, she doesn't have knives or sort of batons that actually have articulation to it, like the 1.0 version. But we'll have to wait and see what Hot Toys eventually cooks up for us with Yelena. Now, in terms of 6-scale figures available now, here's a 1.0 version from the Black Widow movie. I also recently did an unboxing review of this figure, so be sure to check it out if you like. Now, this model is very similar to the new Thunderbolts. Right, again, heavy on the cloth-based material, but it comes in white and has a similar stitching all around. Right, the green vest does pop out really well in terms of breaking the white color apart, and has a lot of nice functional details to it, like with the pockets and the zippers. Yelena's head sculpt here also looks amazing. I really like the sculpted hair and how clean the lines and paint application came out. Our expression isn't the best though, and would have liked for at least one additional head sculpt, but still pretty good overall. The accessories are really good in terms of the weapons and general kit perspective. You do get 2 pairs of Widow batons, one of which have articulation to it. You also get 3 knives, which have a nice realistic sculpt to them, but I don't think they'll be included in this new 2.0 version, right? So overall, really nice 1.0 figure of Yelena, and somewhat preferred this white costume or the new green one, but I'll, wait to PO depending on what the full reveal turns out to be like. So next one up here is Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier. Now, Bucky's suit design here features a heavy focus on the jacket again, but this time in black, right? And it sort of reminds me of a mix between Captain America Winter Soldier and the Civil War costumes together. The overall design of this isn't too bad, and glad that Marvel decided to make him more tactical again, right? In his previous latest costume, it wasn't too bad, but it felt less tactical and more of just like a blue jacket. So it's good to see that Marvel brought back some of his weaponry along with accessories from the previous movies. Like, you get like the disc grenade gun and the scorpion and some knives, right? Whereas previously you got that heavy machine gun, that came with three different Hot Toys figures. So I imagine this time around he'll have the Scorpion back, which is cool. I'm also hoping that the new Thunderbolts jacket comes in a similar material to real leather versus the fake ones, right? We don't want to have issues with this jacket like we did with the original 1.0 version of Captain America the Winter Soldier figure. So I'm definitely looking forward to the reveal of the sixth figure from Hot Toys, especially because he's just one of my favorite Marvel characters, right? Now, in terms of 6 scale figures available now for him, here's his latest version from Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV series on Disney Plus. Now, this is again actually the fifth model of Winter Soldier released by Hot Toys, and it's also his latest release in production. The other figures from Hot Toys previously include Captain America, the Winter Soldier costume. Right now, there are also two versions of that actual figure, the standard and the artisan. Artisan supposedly being the prettier figure between the two, but we'll have to wait and see how that one actually turns out in hand. Other figures include the Civil War and Infinity War movie versions, right? Whereas his current costume here features his leather top jacket in blue, similar to that of the original comic source versus Thunderbolts, which is in black, right? The rest of the outfit has a nice feel to it, although a little too clean and normal feeling at times. Like he doesn't have the tactical feel to him. It feels like a more of a regular dude in a standard leather jacket costume. But Bucky's head sculpt there looks pretty accurate and amazing. I really like the sculpted hair again and how clean the sculpting was done on his face, especially the facial hair. His expression isn't the best again, though. I would have liked for at least one additional head sculpt, maybe with an open mouth, but still pretty decent overall. The accessories are really good in terms of the weapons and general kit perspective. You do get like that large heavy machine gun with side magazine. It also comes with the one knife but rather no pistol firearms. So overall, really nice figure of Bucky, but definitely prefer the latest Thunderbolts costume versus this one in blue. It's not too bad, but for sure, but just feels a little too plain for me. Next one up here is Alexei Shostakov, aka the Red Guardian. Now, this suit is his second MCU appearance and features a similar look to that from the Black Widow movie, but features more layers to it. Right, the Black Widow movie suit was more of a one piece versus the Thunderbolts, which has more layers to it. Right, like he has a new vest and additional padding in multiple areas. Now, while the new vest and padding area do sound cool at times, it feels like hockey gear to me for some reason. I do like the upgraded colors though because the red is a little more muted and the white feels a little more vibrant. He also doesn't have a shield this time around, so I don't think Hot Toys will include it with his kit. He does use a pistol and knife in the movie though, so it's likely he'll come with an unmasked head sculpt in addition to his weapons, right, to round out his set. Otherwise, this new costume isn't too bad for sure, and I like it better than the first version. In terms of the 1/6 scale figures out there, Toys Laboratory produced their own version called the Red Commander. It's also worth noting that Hot Toys did reveal an early prototype for Red Guardian in his Black Widow suit before, but rather it was never released. Right, this Toys Laboratory version looks pretty decent though, but definitely doesn't have that premium look to it like the Hot Toys prototype. You can see that the clothing material is a little different along with the scale of the actual figure body. His head is a little too big and his legs feel a shade too short. He does come with some cool accessories though, like Taskmaster shield along with two head sculpts, which is nice. The head sculpt itself is pretty decent, has some nice likeness to David Harbour, which is good. It features his beard and like scraggly hair as well. So overall, not a bad figure if you like the Black Widow costume better, but I recommend holding off or holding out until the Hot Toys Thunderbolt version, especially since it's official license and just looks more premium, right? So next one up here is John Walker, aka U.S. Agent. Now this costume is actually the third design iteration of his suit. It's essentially the same costume design used from the Falcon and Winter Soldier series at the end, but features a more highly weathered look. The first costume design was blue and more patriotic feeling, whereas the second design was black and more fitting for the character. Right, I actually prefer the second costume design without the weather look, but this one looks pretty good. Also, he no longer has a Captain American shield in the film and is rocking his own new version. So I'm expecting that if and when Hot Toys releases this figure, that'll come with an unmasked head sculpt since they feature a lot without it, along with the pistol and a new shield, right? Now, Hot Toys hasn't officially announced a John Walker figure yet, but I'm hopeful they will eventually soon as part of another announcement. Now, in terms of 6 scale figures out there, Toys Era produced their own called the Patriot. Hot Toys hasn't produced any version of John Walker yet, which I personally find strange, but it's good to see that there is a 6 scale figure out there for him. Now, this figure features John in his original first version of the U.S. Agent costume in blue and red. It has a nice clean feel to the costume and accessories, including Captain America shield as well. The head sculpt definitely feels way off though. It doesn't look like Wyatt Russell at all, and the proportions on his forehead and cheek aren't accurate. But the figure design itself doesn't look too bad rather, and feel like it's pretty decent on the shelf in a museum pose. But with that being said, I'm definitely holding off for the Hot Toys Thunderbolts version, which they better release eventually. I mean, dude definitely needs some respect and is a pivotal part of the new Avengers team, right? So we definitely need one. So next one up is Antonio Dreykov, aka MCU Taskmaster. Now it's also important to note that this character is original to the MCU and was specifically created for the Black Widow movie. I did like her backstory a little bit, so not hating the character or model design, just calling out there for reference, right? Now in terms of her costume, this is her second stint in the MCU. This second costume feels a lot more stealth combative than their previous version in the Black Widow movie. Features a lot of black throughout her costume, and most notable change in the mask. The mask looks more comic book accurate in terms of making it look like a skull, so they did a better job there representing her for that piece. She features the same weapons as the previous model, which include the shield, sword, and bow and arrow. So expecting the new Thunderbolt version to reuse most all of accessories with some minor paint changes. Now, in terms of 6 scale figures about now, here's her one and only version from the Black Widow movie by Hot Toys. During the initial release of the figure, it wasn't really met with a lot of open arms. It's still highly available today, which means it didn't sell as well, unfortunately, which is also why I'm surprised that they're releasing another one versus John Walker. Nevertheless, the costume and figure design look pretty cool. The padding material they used throughout her suit came out good, and the accessories, pretty good, amazing in my opinion. The problem lies with the articulation and the figure body itself, maybe because it's just very lacking. But if you're a fan like of the like leaving her in a museum pose and or light action pose, then it should be fine for you. But honestly, I don't think this figure is worth it, and just hold off for the new Thunderbolts version, especially if you're a fan of the MCU Taskmaster. If not, then feel free to skip because I'm still personally on the fence with her as well. Last one up here is Ava Star, aka Ghost, from MCU, and unfortunately, there aren't any 6 scale figures available out there for her, so I'll just focus on current Thunderbolts design here. Another version of Ghost is also original for the MCU and features Ava Star. New character. This character has really grown on me though after watching Thunderbolts, and I'm excited to pick up our figure, right? And it's not only because of the character itself, but the design, right? I think that the costume design is the coolest change out of all the Thunderbolts. It features a highly stealth feeling suit with new mask. Also, the mask features those 3 LED lights on both sides of the mask, so it'll be interesting to see if Hot Toys adds some LEDs to her figure. There's also a lot of nice layers to her suit, along with her hood that she can place on and off. In terms of accessories, I'm not sure what I'm expecting for Hot Toys to give her. I mean, she was rocking Taskmaster's sword at one point in the movie, so maybe they'll give her that. But she wasn't really using any weapons outside of it, right? So it'll be interesting to see what her kit comes with. But I really like her costume design here and can't wait to get my hands on the figure. So there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining me today as we took a quick look into the new teaser revealed by Hot Toys. Are you excited for any of these 5 new figures? Or how about any of the new previous versions, right? Available now. Let me know in the comments below which figure really stands out to you and if you feel like picking any of them up. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more content and coolest Marvel figures around. Until next time, folks, keep on collecting.